Today on Live Daily News, Runnels County is getting a new solar farm, a shooting in Brady left a woman critically injured, and a brush fire broke out on the Concho River today. I'm James Bouligny, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a minute, but first, the time is here to stock up and save on John Deere filters and packaged oil at the South Plains Implement Semi-Annual Sale. Now through August 31st, receive 12% off John Deere oil and filters. Some restrictions do apply. And visit their parts department for details. Located at US 67 North at Tractor Trail in San Angelo, or with 18 additional locations, there's a South Plains Implement near you. South Plains Implement, where farm meets family. Starting off the news, the Brady Police Department released information on their Facebook today about a shooting where a woman was shot and taken to Shannon Medical Center. According to the release, on August 20th around 9:50 p.m., Brady first responders and police were dispatched to the 200 block of East Lockhart Street regarding a shooting incident. When they arrived on scene, they found a woman who had sustained life-threatening injuries and had to be transported to Shannon Medical Center. Brady police did take a male suspect into custody at the scene, and he is being held at the McCullough County Jail. The Brady PD is working with the Texas Rangers on the investigation, and it is believed this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. Sticking around San Angelo, Runnels County is getting a new solar farm. The Norton Solar Farm project will begin soon, or the construction will soon begin near Norton, Texas, an unincorporated community in West Runnels County. Norton's closest neighboring town is Bront in Coke County. Advantis is going to be overlooking the construction, which is expected to begin operations in late 2025. Norton is the 7th project Advantis has developed in Texas, and they have more than 80 projects currently in development, and Advantis has one of the largest pipelines of solar and energy storage in the United States. Have you downloaded the San Angelo Live mobile app yet? It's free and it's the best app in the business. Download it off the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store to stay up to date with news in San Angelo. And into San Angelo, a brush fire broke out near Central High School just across the Concho River this afternoon around 1 p.m. San Angelo firefighters were seen near the Motel 6 on South Bryant working to extinguish the flames. Right now, though, thankfully, no injuries have been reported and no structures were threatened. San Angelo is currently in a burn ban, but temperatures have been extremely high this week, breaking records yesterday, and with no rain in sight until maybe next week. Which brings us to weather. Right now, there's an excessive heat warning until 9 o'clock tonight, and we are currently at our high of the day at 110 degrees. Tonight the low drops to about 80 before jumping back up to 107 tomorrow. We do have a heat advisory tomorrow afternoon, and the low tomorrow night is around 77. Things do start to cool off a little bit over the weekend though. Saturday and Sunday the highs are 103 and 100 with lows on those days in the mid 70s. And the beginning to middle of next week, the highs look to be under 100 around 97 with lows in the low 70s and also a 20% chance of thunderstorms. Fingers crossed. When we come back, I spoke with the Wall Hawks head coach Craig Slaughter about, he talks about his team's performance against the early Longhorns and his upcoming scrimmage against Breckenridge. And then Angelo State's athletic director James Reid is in studio to talk about Angelo State sports. But first, a word from the Bass Bunch.
It's our giant tag sale.
Right now, during our Giant Tag Hail Sale, you can get a brand new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for just $25,999.
Don't miss our giant tag sale only at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, Houston Hart and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
All right, here with Wall head coach Craig Slaughter. First off, coach, how'd your first scrimmage go against Early?
It was good. Kids looked great. I thought we played as as good as we could play. One turnover, but other than that, I thought we played really clean and it was just a really solid performance. I thought both sides of the ball.
And how's your offense look? You're installing, kind of the spread. So
so far so good. We know there'll be some bumps along the way, but compliments to our O-line, our coaching staff, and our kids. I thought they picked it up great, and I've been really impressed, and looking forward to watching us iron some things out tomorrow.
Now, who are some of the kids on offense that
to be honest, the names I want to throw out, that offensive line, Hudson Braden, Boone Harris, Zach Welch, Reid Ballard, Lane Jinsky, Emmett Marlott. those guys are performing extremely high level and just really impressed with them.
Let's talk about the defense. You just got Brian White out there, Ethan Mickelwitz. Tell me about your defense.
No, it's that unit's very much more in place and definitely knows what what the assignment is. I thought those guys played great, played so good. Our safeties didn't get to hardly play last week. I was joking with them this week. I hope they get to make some plays because in the near future you're going to have to. But I thought our defense looked great, so hopefully we will continue to do so.
All right, and you got Breckenridge coming up. Tell me about what you've seen from them and what you expect to see out of your team against them.
Bigger schools, so definitely hoping that it's I hope they have a really good ball club. I hope because we need to work because we have some of those really tough games coming up, including next week the Mason Punchers that return a ton of guys. But it's another road trip for us. But we hope to play well.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm looking for is that Mason offense versus the Wall defense. It's
it's
a great matchup.
Yeah, no, our kids have again we return a lot of those good pieces and. I feel good about where we're at right now. Now we got to go do it against other quality opponents.
All right, now just get the Wall community fired up for Wall football.
No, dude. I think they'll love watching how we play, and they'll love some things we're doing. So please come on out, and we got some killer home games for you. I hope you come watch.
All right, this has been head coach Craig Slaughter.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the Giants and who will never, ever flinch.
And welcome back, everybody. James Bouligny here with ASU's Athletic Director, James Reid.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How are we doing today?
Doing well. Trying to stay cool, obviously.
All right. Well, I know it's hot outside. We got them football guys out there in the heat just slaving away in them 108-degree days.
Exactly.
But let's just talk about ASU sports right now.
Okay. It's an exciting time of year, which I think it's always an exciting time. But really, start of something new obviously excites everyone. And regular move-in day started yesterday for us, and
Rambunctious week started.
So the campus is alive, but our football guys have been here for 3 weeks now. They came in on the 5th and got started, and it's a good thing they did because they actually have their first game in 1 week, a week from today. So we're going to travel up to Hays, Kansas, and play Fort Hays in our season opener. It'll be a good matchup between two really good teams, and so hopefully we'll get the season started off on a W. And they got to turn around and roll back up there the next week and play Emporia, another good MIAA team. And we try to set a schedule such that we play those good regionally ranked teams to kind of get our ranking up there and our strength of schedule up there, so that when it comes time for postseason, that we'll be in a position to be able to make that. But we really have September 14th circled on the calendar. That's our home opener.
Right.
That'll be our league opener against Eastern New Mexico, and so we're excited about that.
Amen. Iron sharpens iron, right?
Exactly. So
now, y'all aren't ranked this year, which I can understand feeling slighted because y'all returned a lot. Now your quarterback, of course, you're looking for a quarterback, but you had 3 games last year. You lost by a combined 18 points.
Right.
How's the football team taking that? Are they a chip on their shoulder, or are they just like, rankings are rankings, whatever they want to say, whatever they want to say?
Well, I know Coach Gersh talks to those guys all the time that rankings are just numbers on paper, just like all of our coaches do. Right. But, you can kind of take it and use it how you want to, whether you want to use it for bulletin board material or not. But understandable, we had a really good year. I think there's a lot of coaches across the country that would have loved to finish 7-3. For us, it was a little subpar. Our expectations are to be in the playoffs every year and be deep in the playoffs and be conference champions. And when we don't, meet that expectation, it's a little bit of a disappointment. But we try to learn from it and move forward and try to make sure it doesn't happen again. We do have a lot of guys back, and so I think that was one of the things that attributed to at least a conference ranking preseason-wise, even though we didn't get an NCAA preseason ranking. But I think, like you mentioned, we'll have a new quarterback under center, and I think there's 2 or 3 guys that are vying for that spot. But I know Coach Gersh and his staff will be able to put a good product out on the field, and hopefully we can make a deep run and get that championship back here.
Yeah, I'm not going to pry at all about who's quarterback. I
couldn't even tell you.
Surprise them once.
I know who's in the room, but I couldn't tell you right now. So.
Right, but you got other sports going on. You got volleyball.
Yes,
we watched the Olympics up here, and the volleyball is going on. Big fan of volleyball, to be honest with you. And then soccer's going on too.
Exactly. So, those are our other two fall team sports. And so your team sports are allowed to come back prior to school starting. And volleyball and soccer both reported this past Monday and got things going. They're in the midst of two-a-days right now. All of our teams kind of helped out yesterday, get the general students moved into the dorm and just be able to make some relationships there and things like that. But it's kind of a strange feeling for soccer. They're getting after it, but they're going to be on the road the first 2 weeks. Right. And so they're going to go up to Oklahoma on the 5th and play a Great American Conference opponent in Oklahoma Baptist, and then they're going to turn around and go back up the next week and play a couple of matches against some MIAA schools. And so they get to have their home opener will be on Thursday, September the 19th at 7 o'clock. So we're excited about that. Again, one of those dates circled on the calendar so that those young ladies can finally get to see some people in front of the home crowd. And so volleyball's a little different. They got started this week as well, putting in a lot of reps in the gym, a lot of time in the gym, getting ready to build on a good year from last year, Coach Waddington and those guys and young ladies. But we do get to open at home with them. And so on Friday the 6th and Saturday the 7th, we have the Kathleen Brassfield Invitational Tournament. And so that'll be your first chance to see the Ramblers volleyball team in action. First game or match will be at noon on that Friday the 6th. So we're excited about all of that getting going.
Right. And then, we can't just talk about fall sports. We got, track, and we got baseball, and we got basketball. Basketball had a decent year last year.
Right.
And then baseball, the baseball team, he just let Coach Brooks do what he wants at this point.
He made a great run again last year, following up on that championship. But all of our winter and our spring sports, NCAA rules prevent them from coming in early, so those guys and young ladies were moving in yesterday just like everybody else, and they can start their actual official practices the fourth class day, which will be next Thursday. Some of those sports like tennis and golf will actually get some good competitions this fall, official competitions that will help either ranking-wise or total record-wise for their championship segment, which is in the spring. Sport like softball, they'll be able to scrimmage some other teams in the fall that'll count as scrimmages. They have a window of opportunity to do that. And baseball always does just an inter-squad type deal. They do what they call their Fall World Series, and Coach Brooks and staff, they'll divide up the players and the pitching staffs, and they have a neat deal that goes on, and they'll get some unusual names they always pick and things like that. And it'll be open to the public so people get out and watch that later on this fall.
Coach Brooks knows what he's doing.
Oh, for sure.
I think so after the last couple of years. But you said golf. Y'all got a new complex out there.
Yes. We have a new practice facility that's being completed. It has a chipping and putting practice area that is artificial turf, so we're not having to worry about water in this 111-degree weather.
Smart.
But there's also a nice clubhouse that is included with that. They'll have our dressing rooms in it and some meeting space and some simulators in there too to help those young ladies improve their game. Coach Odell, our golf coach, she was here. This is starting her second year. She's very excited about the facility. She's got a great new squad coming in. She's got quite a large squad. She's got about 13 young ladies in that are going to be vying for those spots on those top teams that are going to travel.
Well, good deal. Now, there's a new streaming service, correct, where people can watch ASU sports?
So, the last few years, we've streamed for many, many years here at Angelo State. Our athletic communications department, along with our communications and mass media department on campus, kind of has a collaboration where we use some of those students that are in that. They come over and they help produce the events and things like that. But we've been doing that for many, many years. A few years ago, the conference started what's called the Lone Star Conference Network and provided coverage for all of the conference games and really grew. We had one of the largest ones of all the Division II conferences in the country. And the conference was approached this past summer, or actually back in the spring, by Flow Sports, which is a national name streaming service, and they approached us about buying the network, and they ended up being able to pull that off. And so we're going to be found on Flow Sports this year, and they'll be launching a new segment called Flow College later in the semester, and everything will be underneath that umbrella. But right now, we obviously want people to come out and watch us live and in person, but if you can't get out, you can get online and watch our competitions there. You'll have access to not only all the Lone Star Conference stuff, both home and away, but also any other conferences or any other entity that's on Flow Sports. With that subscription, you'll be able to have access to all that. So we're excited about that.
That kind of leads me to the next one. How do people come out and see y'all live?
Well, obviously, we want people out there, and you don't have to buy tickets ahead of time. You can. Last year we started encouraging that because we had a few sellouts last year, and but you can just contact the ticket office, the ASU ticket office. It's 942-2358 is the phone number. You can contact them there. You can go online and just find out seats and prices and things like that. But all of our information is on angelosports.com. So you can go there. You can find all the information about how to get to the stream and see that if you're unable to attend the games, or you can go to game day and find out how to buy tickets, whether it's online or in person or at the gate or whatever that might be, and what's available and what the prices are and what our stadium policies are and so forth and so on. But just want to encourage everybody to get out and come watch our Rams and Rambells. We're excited to put a good product out for the community.
All right. Did I miss anything? Is there anything you want to get across real quick?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything. Just excited about everything getting going. Appreciate you guys covering us, and go Rams and Rambells.
I had a blast covering y'all last year as far as baseball and softball and basketball. It was great. I had a blast doing it. So.
Well, I've got a great bunch of coaches that work with me, and we have great support from not only on campus but our community as a whole. Even in Emporia at the outdoor track and field championships, we had a great crowd of people there, and in Cary with the baseball team, I mean, there was a huge crowd there for that. And so I'm so excited that to be a part of a community and a campus that supports our university the way they do, especially our athletic department, and willing to get on the road and go out there and support our young men and women as they try to bring home championships.
Actually, one thing, I can't believe we missed it. You had athletes competing at the Olympics this year.
Yes,
who were ASU.
Yes, we did. We had 3 former athletes that competed at the Olympics for us, all for the country of Italy. We had a young lady, many of you might remember, Daisy Osakwe, a few years ago, was a multi-time national champion for us in the discus. And she had competed at the World Championships and made it to the finals last year, did the same thing at the Olympics this year, and ended up placing in the top 8. So very excited about that. And then we had a young man that had run the 200 for us in track, and he competed, and he was 1/100th away from making the finals. But excited about that experience. And then we had a young lady, Fatou, who ran and was the national champion in the 400 hurdles this past spring for us and ran on our national championship 4x4. And she competed for Italy in their 4x4 pool. And so I got a picture from Daisy a few days after the Olympics ended, and it was a picture of all 3 of them, and they were so excited and smiling. And
it's got to be cool, though, as a school, just to have them representing.
Anytime we have kids that go on and do well, whatever the entity is that they end up excelling at, but in something like the Olympics where it's getting worldwide coverage, and to be able to see young men and women that were a part of your program to be able to excel at that level, I mean, it's just exciting, and I think it says a lot for Angelo State. And
it says a lot about the coaches you have, too.
Most definitely. I think it says a lot about what we're able to do with young men and women that are willing to come here and get a good degree and excel in their athletic endeavors.
All right. Well, Coach Reid, thank you for coming in today, man.
Thank
we appreciate
you. Appreciate it so much.
Yes, sir. Back to you guys.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thanks for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Contra Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app today to stay up to date with news from in and around the Contra Valley. Thanks again, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.